We would like to welcome all the domestic and foreign guests to the TPO Travel Trade 2014 Malaysia. The business meeting today will aim to present and introduce the tourism resources of the TPO member cities to the invited travel agencies, and to discover and meet the local demand of the tourism products of the member cities, as well as enable beneficial cooperation between the representatives of the two sides. Today, I will introduce our participating delegations by calling the name of the city that they represent. We will call in the alphabetical order, so when you hear your city's name, please stand up for us to greet your delegation. So, following our program continuously, we have a welcome message. For the welcome message delivery, please welcome the chairman of the TPO Executive Committee and Deputy Director of Tourism Administration of Guangzhou Municipality, Mr. Li Jixin.
作为 TPO 委员会的委员长，我谨代表执委会向出席本次商务洽谈会的各位代表和来宾表示热烈的欢迎，对关心支持本次洽谈会举办的吉隆坡市各会员城市以及各界朋友的到来表示衷心的感谢。
As the chairman of TPO Executive Committee and on behalf of the Executive Committee, I would like to extend my heartfelt welcome to every one of you. And a special thanks to Kuala Lumpur City, our member cities, and our friends from different industries. Thank you so much for your support.
随着旅游业的快速发展，旅游业对目的地社会的影响日益受到人们的关注。
And we have seen rapid development in the travel industries, and people have started to raise a concern of its impact to the local society.
据相关研究表明，旅游经济的增长值对全球 GDP 的贡献超过了其他的行业。
And according to research, the contribution of tourism economics to the global GDP is much higher than the other industries.
今天我们在这里举办2014年 TPO 商务洽谈会，为各会员城市搭建了一个广泛交流与合作的平台。
And today we have our 2014 TPO Travel Trade Business Meeting is with the purpose of building an extensive networking and collaboration platform to our member cities.
希望今天到会的各位代表能把握机会进行洽谈，有所收获。
And I hope all of you will grab this opportunity and to have more discussion and to achieve a fruitful result.
The Tourism Promotion Organization for Asia Pacific Cities, or TPO in abbreviation, is a network of Asia Pacific cities working for advancing the tourism industry by and through the cross-border cooperation between cities. And ladies and gentlemen, all of our member cities have effective policies for boosting up the tourism economy and have a financial capability for implementing them, and also they have a strong intention to support the travel businesses. So the activity of the TPO, the marketing of TPO is the activity, the very activity for supporting the travel businesses. And ladies and gentlemen, during today's events, I hope you will be able to make friends with our member cities and make these officers here into your business partners. Thank you very much.
And then how far from This is morning.
Near to harbor. Yeah.
food consumed and provided by DBKL. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I would like to welcome Chairman of the Executive Committee of TPO, Mr. Lee Jisin, and his working staffs from Korea, TPO delegates from Malaysia, Ipoh, cities are from Korea, Changwon, Genhi, Goyang, Gunsan, Eksan, Jeonju. Is that correct pronoun? Cities are from China, Guangzhou, Sanya, Zhengzhou. Cities from Taiwan, Tainan, Taichung. And cities from Japan, Shimonoseki, Fukuoka, and another one, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Again, selamat datang. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur. Ladies and gentlemen, Kuala Lumpur joins a member of City of TPO in 2013, and after just a year become a member city. We are very honored to be given the opportunity to host the 6th TPO Forum and Working Level Meeting from 27 to 28 June 2014. And I was informed that TPO travel trade was held successfully this afternoon, where all 16 TPO members cities were given the opportunity to market their respective tourism product to our 19 outbound tour operators based in Kuala Lumpur. Congratulations for this initiative and effort from your side. And tonight, we are gathered here at a very iconic landmark in Kuala Lumpur, the Dataran Merdeka or Independence Square. It is a heritage zone with many buildings surrounding, aged over 100 years old. We just have finished the phase 1 of upgrading this area into a more tourist-friendly zone. And average this zone received over 2,000 tourists a day, making it on a tourist list when visiting Kuala Lumpur. That is our effort, to encourage people to come to Kuala Lumpur and visit heritage building. Around this area, about 11 heritage buildings that very, very good for you to enjoy to see this very, very excellent kind of design, very, very astonishing kind of heritage from the previous, our colonial ruler. So we hope that you can enjoy your stay in Kuala Lumpur, but at the same time, don't forget to do shopping in Kuala Lumpur.
Picture of Kuala Lumpur. Here.
On behalf of Tourism Promotion Organization for Asia Pacific Cities, I would like to extend a heartfelt greeting to all of you. And above all, here I would like to say thank you to the Mayor of Kuala Lumpur. If there had not been for his support and generous contribution, it would not be possible for us to hold this forum here in this excellent and beautiful manner. So, in order to express our gratitude for his hospitality, I would like to ask all the delegates here to give him a big applause to him again.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a lovely evening we have had. This is just the beginning of the programme that you will be enjoying over the next few days, and I trust it will be informative, useful and undoubtedly entertaining. We wish you all a wonderful time here in Kuala Lumpur. I'd like to say thank you once again to the Mayor of Kuala Lumpur. Thank you, sir, very much. A warm welcome to the opening ceremony of the 6th TPO Forum and Working Level Meeting. Let's begin the day on I have actually been fortunate enough to live in this beautiful city for about 9 years now, and I find that all the time I am seeing new things, I'm hearing new things, tasting new tastes, smelling new smells, and it's actually wonderful. I think I'm one of the very lucky people. I consider myself a tourist in a place I call home, and it's lovely because there's so much here to see, so much to do. And it's a pleasure to have you all here. I mean, last night was a lovely start to the forum, and it's a pleasure to see you all. It is now my pleasure to make the formal introductions, and for our first 3 VIPs, I would like to actually invite them to come up on stage. So, first of all, please welcome the Mayor of Kuala Lumpur City, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Haji Ahmad Faisal bin Haji Khalid. Thank you, sir. Also to join him on stage, please, the Deputy Director of the Guangzhou City Municipality, Mr. Li Zixin. Thank you. And the Secretary General of the Tourism Promotion Organization for Asia Pacific Cities, Mr. Huang Yung-ju. Thank you, sir. Now, also with us today, it's my pleasure to actually introduce. Well, sadly, the Mayor of Ipoh has been unable to join us due to unforeseen circumstances, but on his behalf, I'm very pleased to welcome Zulkarnain bin Mohammed, who is the Director of Town Planning for Ipoh. Thank you. And then we have the Managing Director of Korea Tourism Organization, Malaysia and Brunei, Mr. Chul Hyun Park. Deputy Director General of the Ho Chi Minh City Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, Mr. Laku Khan.
Administration of Guangzhou. We have long anticipated your arrival, and we are so glad to see you in Kuala Lumpur. All 60 member cities of TPO here today for this very special occasion. Selamat datang ke Kuala Lumpur. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur. As we all know, tourism is one of the biggest industries for the Asia Pacific. It is booming and growing, larger with each passing year, and so does the Tourism Promotion Organization for Asia Pacific cities. TPO has become an influential intercity network which connects the significant tourism sectors in Asia Pacific region and contributes a great effort to enhancing communication and collaboration among member cities. The TPO Forum is an official event that takes place every 2 years in one of the member cities of the organization. The main purpose of this event is to share information and to discuss the practical issues such as tourism management and ways to develop and improve the tourism industry. This year, the TPO Forum will explore the topic of the development of the Islamic tourism market through the keynote speeches by professional speakers, through the working level meeting, and through presentation by the member cities. You will get insight into many interesting topics that will try to explore possibilities of strengthening your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, Kuala Lumpur has shown the impressive growth of our tourism performance measure over the last 3 years. Numbers were headed towards an all-time high, and our KL's tourism industry potential seemed almost limitless. International tourist arrival in Kuala Lumpur have shown exceptional growth since the year 2011, with 9 million international tourist arrival. This year continued to grow to 9.3 million in 2012. This figure continued to grow to 9.3 million in year 2012, to 9.5 million in 2013, and is estimated to reach 10.2 million in 2014. We have successfully increased the tourist arrival, but in the recent years, Kuala Lumpur has won many accolades at the global level. Among them is being voted as the number 4 best shopping city in the world by CNN Travel, and the second best shopping destination in Asia Pacific by Global Shoppers. And now, through the collaboration and the cooperation, as well as friendship among TPO member cities, not only it can help us to meet our high target for the arrival, but perhaps Kuala Lumpur can also share some of our best practices with other member cities. I may now officially declare the 6th TPO Forum and working level meeting officially open. Let's make it a great success together. Thank you very much.
It is indeed an honor to address the representatives from TPO member cities from various parts of the Asia Pacific region, and I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the host city, Kuala Lumpur City Hall, for their great hospitality, their great effort in ensuring the smooth flow of the meeting and the comfort of all participants. Not to forget a word of gratitude to the hardworking and dedicated management and staff of TPO Busan, Korea on their effort in successfully organizing the 6th TPO Forum and working level meeting here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And a word of gratitude to all of you for being able to come to this very important meeting. I understand the TPO travel trade was also held here yesterday, which provided an opportunity for member cities to introduce and promote their best tourism resources and products to the local agencies. Likewise, the member cities also learned the current trends of Malaysia's tourism market. Yang bagi Datuk Faisal, yang bagi Datuk Sri, ladies and gentlemen, as the Mayor of Ipoh City, I would like to share with you some information about Ipoh City, which is the main tourist gateway to the state of Perak. Ipoh City is the capital of Perak, located in the northern part of peninsular Malaysia. It is in the center of Kinta Valley, which was once the biggest tin mining region of the world. And Ipoh has often been described as the city that tin built. From a town, it became a city in May 1988. It covers an area the size of Singapore, of 643 square kilometers, with a cosmopolitan population of over 700,000. Ipoh is a bustling city with many outstanding architectural attractions. It boasts of beautiful historic buildings with unique architectural designs, and apart from that, one of the scenic views which often fascinate tourists is the limestone hills. Ipoh is also known as the limestone wonder of Malaysia. Within the huge limestone caves, just north of Ipoh is the cave temple known as Perak Tong, built in 1926 by a Buddhist priest from China. We have also many cave temples, Sampoh Tong, Kek Lok Tong, and many other cave temples, which offer unique tourism destinations to all participants.
表示衷心的感谢。城市是旅游发展的重要载体，旅游发展又为城市的发展注入了动力和活力。
我要邀请所有的这个贵宾们及这个出席者。
Then there's the National Theatre, of course. There are theatres like the Old Pangong, Bandaraya. There's also the art gallery at Petronas. There's a theatre on top of Lot 10 with a lovely rooftop garden. Sutra Dance House with its beautiful wooden outdoor amphitheatre in a garden. There's a Temple of Fine Arts in Brickfields, new art space called Maps on the edge of the city. There are indie filmmakers showing their films in KL wherever they can.
It's so exciting, symbolizing the success of the nation. Center for business, industries and trade, ranging from the small right to the great. Achievement and marks, we are all proud. You're shining at the top of the world.
I would like to share with you what is tourism, the structure of tourism. In fact, what I'm going to focus here this morning will be based on two major areas. One which is products, the other one which is market. Let's share about these slides together. Okay, travel in Islam, because when you talk about travel, when you refer to a Muslim traveler, this is where the needs of them. So in the Quran often refers to travel. Surah Al-Kahf, travel to the earth and see how Allah did organize creation. So will Allah produce a later creation? For Allah has power over all things. This is one of the verses actually that you can find in the Quran. Feel the needs of this unique segment.
So that's how Malaysia's hospitality came about. Basically, we normally treat our guests better than we treat ourselves. So basically, the industry players are encouraged. Those who are involved in Malaysia, they are encouraged basically to demonstrate warmth and friendly hospitality to all our guests. The definition lingers around the participant for Islamic tourism, of course. Those who come to Malaysia, they could be for some specific purposes. They could come for Quran recitation competition. We had about 2 weeks back. They could come here to visit the mosque that beautiful mosque that we have in Malaysia. And then they could also come for some other activities. It could be the normal tourism activities. Doesn't stop any Muslim from enjoying a city tour or go for ecotourism activities. And then they also probably to go to some destinations, Langkawi, Penang, Kuala Lumpur. And then they will enjoy all the products and services that we have. Muslims behind those abaya, they wear that black abaya, they call it in the Middle East. We shouldn't be thinking that they don't have any desire to live like other people. They don't have the desire to shop. But actually they do, because they are educated actually. probably under the abaya they are wearing, gas shirt, coach handbag and everything. So, and then they speak English, and then they are very IT savvy now. They've gone to the internet, looking for, branded goods. They are brand conscious now. So they've been doing all the e-commerce thing. So, I mean, they could do anything, anywhere, anytime. Jakim actually produces this logo, halal logo, which we've been talking about just now. Basically, this logo will be accorded by Jakim to the industry that prepares food for people, and then also to the restaurant owners. So basically, this is the assurance that the food is clean, is halal, good for Muslims, and then it doesn't just stop at Muslim consumers. It's also clean and very good for everybody, even for non-Muslim, because some tourists are brought from Malacca or Penang on the bus. Finally, I'd like to talk about the national policies. So basically, Islamic tourism, in Islamic Tourism Center, we leverage on all this. Under tourism, basically, the two main products, health tourism and edu-tourism. There's a conducive environment with political stability, peace, and harmony, which is good for the students to study. And then you also have technology and research capability. And then it's affordable, basically, the fees and then the living standards in Malaysia.
You can see the total sales. In 2011, 16.7 million. So this is a very successful program. It makes all our local artists happy, because they can sell their art and painting during that program. We have also Visit Malaysia Year 2014 Festival at state level. In the state level, we have also covered Malaysia, as mentioned earlier, Art Festival. We have the Cucur Rasa, or the Food Festival, and Museum Festival. Because in our state, all the states in Malaysia, we have 14 states, they have some museum. So we use that museum to showcase the program, so that they have festival at the museum. So people like it, tourists come, and also to see the exhibition at the museum. At the same time, they are also enjoying the festival.
So my presentation will focus on how Goyang has expanded the local festival into the global level. Goyang is an adjacent city to Seoul, and in Korea there are two international airports. One is Gimpo, the other is Incheon. Both airports are closely located to Goyang, so if you don't mind paying for speeding tickets, you can arrive to Goyang from Incheon just in 20 minutes. However, the central government decided to invest to Goyang to make a satellite city or a bed town. So the population quadrupled in a decade. So it made people around the world surprised. So we were selected one of the dynamic city in the world. So Goyang Flower Festival, Goyang International Flower Festival, is an annual event. The first Goyang Flower Festival began in 1997, and this year Goyang International Flower Festival was held for 17 days in May and April and May. And talking about money, Goyang earned significant economic benefits from this festival. We sold 435,000 tickets, since we charged $5 to $7 per visitor for admission. So during the festival, we earned a significant amount of revenue.
Actually, we organize numerous activities, festivals throughout the year from January until December. But this one is considered as the most established event which is hosted by the local event but has the international status. And we call this as International Travel Expo, Ho Chi Minh City 2014. So we celebrate the 10th anniversary of this in our city, which is held from 11 until 13 September 2014. So,
since ancient times, the city has been a gateway to Japan from Eurasia, and it has been open to foreign countries. As you see, we have many wonderful hot springs. The second key point is traditional culture. In the trophy area, the aura of the samurai day still remains. A visitor can try wearing a traditional dress to experience the kimono culture. This has provided very popular with foreign tourists who can get a feel for Japanese spirit and take a picture of themselves wearing a kimono at a Japanese garden or traditional house.
There are two project proposals prepared by the TPO Secretariat. The first project proposal is a member city advertisement exchange project, and the second is the establishment of the TPO Tourism Information Center. This project will be presented by the Planning Division Manager of the TPO Secretariat, Mr. Chung Ho Han. Please sit down.
광고 기사 교환 사업에 대해 발표하겠습니다. 표현도시간 협력을 통해 정보 교환 시스템을 구축하고자 합니다. 셋째, 표현도시간 협력을 통해 마케팅 비용 절감 효과를 누리기 위함입니다. 참고로 광고 위치나 내용 등 변경이나 조정이 필요한 경우 표현도시의 의견을 수렴하여 사무국에서 조정할 수 있습니다. 사무국은 사업 참가 신청서를 받고 분류하여 교환 대상 도시를 결정하겠습니다. 그리고 이 센터는 적극적인 홍보 마케팅을 펼칠 수 있는 근거지가 되어야 하고, 셋째, 현지 주요 시장의 핵심 기업과의 네트워크 형성을 통해 지속적으로 관광시장을 관리할 수 있습니다. 커피를 마시는 공간과 소회의실, 정보 검색을 할 수 있는 공간과 표현도시의 홍보물을 비치할 수 있는 공간을 마련하였습니다. 베이징에서 새 장소의 관광정보센터를 설립할 경우 국가별로 임대 방식, 임대 수준이 달라 표준 비용 산출이 불가능합니다. 사업 참가 도시가 초기 비용을 제외하고 운영비만 부담한다면 추진 계획에 대해서 간단히 말씀을 드리면,
So I think right now we should discuss in detail on about two projects Mr. Han just present. We will this room in this break time. So we just would like to have a meeting with the three heads of the division. So we just make a summary for the discussion between the three groups.
第二个，关于这个最中心呢，它本来就是出租的，为什么不能租给我们呢？我们就想办法租下来这样一个位置上，饮料饮水的设备就可以了。我建议有购物中心，包括比如说你们台南啊，高雄。
The project or not is I think depend on that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
That's we can do. But for sake of printer, this is very difficult to do.
It did not go out from our office. So I think that's what we need. But of course, we will discuss further and get some ideas from Kuala Lumpur, from Azhar.
We have no issues if you want to advertise it to give a space, and these are one of the options, two of the options that we can offer. Okay.
So it's possible for us to carry all the time in our website.
優しいことではないということで、我々ができることは、そういう
spend additional expenses to do the further advertisement for the, I mean, we cannot spend on further expenses.
So I'm thinking if you can link the two, maybe scope. Can we have a soft copy of scope and put in our websites? But website and scope, I think we can do. And then the second topic is the plan for the tourism center, tourism information center.
And also it is difficult for us to approve additional expenses, in addition to the current the membership fee. It's very difficult to spare additional expenses to this. So instead of spending money onto the information center, we have more, like to elaborate more the practical marketing approach to the museum tourism. This is for us.
Discuss a bit with 10 capital city first. Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah.
Proceed from there. Okay, thank you.
I don't know if I mean, like, now it's a very high technology that people want information, people will get information through the net. But maybe what I would recommend to TPO is to go more on targeted advertising, targeted marketing approach. Like, for example, like they attend a huge trade show in London, for example, in Berlin and in Dubai as a TPO. So we can see, I mean, this market will be more beneficial because they are the people that actually will do the packaging and will speak to the TPO that attend a trade show in World Travel Market in London, for example. So maybe that could be the way, rather than actually spending money setting up office and manpower, and not only that, after that you have to come up with printed material and it's a lot of cost.
How to measure the result. So this is, we invest on this information center. What this information center can bring us, what they can offer to our city. Because each city, each of us, we are tourist destination, and all for the big cities are also for their tourist resources. But never mind, in my idea, each city can offer different kind of assistance. For example, and for also in the proposal, especially mentioned Beijing, but each city also has its own characteristics. We cannot open 30 information centers all are together with the coffee shop. Different cities may have its own characteristics. For example, in China, most Chinese people, we prefer tea more than coffee. But for the international travelers, maybe also they lack coffee, they lack the disco, and also just now, our Secretary General, Mr. Zhou, also mentioned, for the Korea tourism destinations, the statistics show more and more people, there are about 20, so they are quite young people. So how to find the young people in different cities, this is also quite important. So our idea, our group said, we may do this information differently, not only one style, should be more styles. So my suggestion, maybe we can use different kind of styles, different kind of methods. The shopping mall, this is also one of its tools. So, for example, in Korea, the Lotte also, the supermarket, that's also one of the good choices to do advertising our destinations.
And with Shukwan
Thank you. Okay, we agree that it is more effective on a targeted market approach, such as a world tourism trade, a world trade. So TPO should participate. We recommend that TPO should participate in travel trades like this, international and big markets like America and Europe, and invite member cities into it. And another targeted market approach is the Muslim tourism market. And also, we agree that we should also maximize the distribution of the Scope magazine. TPO has spent a lot of money and time to produce the Scope magazine. We should disseminate the Scope magazine through printed copies and also through websites, through soft copy, through using our own websites. All member cities have their own websites. So we use TPO, we maximize the use of TPO Scope magazine into our own websites to make it fully utilized. And another thing is all member cities should promote TPO using if, and this one can be discussed further, we can elaborate this one further and explore the possibilities that all member cities normally have their own airtime or billboards, electronic billboards that we can rotate. For example, one day Fukuoka, and then the next day is Shimonoseki, the next day, just a few minutes, just airtime, so that when people pass by, oh, Shimonoseki, maybe it's an interesting place to visit and all that. And then the second topic is the establishment of TPO Tourism Information Center, TIC. We agree that all member cities have their own tourism information centers, TICs. All of us have TICs. What we should do is that in our TICs, we should incorporate TPO corner. We have a TPO corner and all member cities, and whatever information, latest information, we can put in our own TIC to assist our member cities of our TPO member cities, of our friends.
And lastly, with the presentation of the result of the Korean group, I would like to invite the head of the Korean language group and tourism marketing team leader.
마케팅 팀장 조영호입니다. 한국 회원도시 그 분임 토론 내용을 간략하게 정리해서 말씀드리겠습니다. 첫 번째 안건이 그 회원도시 광고 기사 교환 사업입니다. 우선 그 공동 해외 마케팅 사업으로 추진되었으면 하면으면 좋겠다는 그런 의견과 함께, 다만 그 지자체별로 예산 운영과 방법이 다르기 때문에 예산 확보에 대한 노력이 지자체별로 좀 필요하다라고 이야기가 되었습니다. 그리고 회원도시 지자체 모두가 이 회원 사업이 그 예산이 수반되는 사업인 만큼 회원 모두가 공동 참여가 되는 것이 필수적이고, 또한 이제 그 한국관광공사의 해외 홍보관하고 어떻게 차별화될 수 있는지 이런 참여 전략까지도 운영 전략이나 이런 것들이 좀 필요하다는 의견들이 있었습니다. 자, 이상입니다.
The meeting began with the overview presentation of the TPO activity report and the new TPO project, which was followed by the attending.
The image, the advertisement from each city.
Any city just want to make a propaganda about the government. Our post about report each city, and then we will exchange and we go to the. Today's meeting was a great platform for the sharing the valuable and practical information, and for exchange of our view about the strategy, direction, and for the future development of TPO through the two projects.
But there are so many ideas about how to proceed, implement that project. So we will send out our modified plan to all of our member cities very soon. So, and we will collect all the responses of our member cities and make a final plan and give a report to the executive committee meeting in November.
Enjoy the rest this evening and see you soon. Thank you.
Right, good morning ladies and gentlemen, welcome and selamat datang to the Petronas Twin Towers the tallest twin towers in the world. So we're now at level 41 at the Sky Bridge, standing at 170 meters above the street level. Let me share with you just a little bit about it. The length of the bridge is 58.4 meters long, with a capacity of 750 tons.